In Genesis 45, Joseph has interpreted the dream of Pharaoh. He's finally risen from the dungeon to the palace, sitting next to Pharaoh himself, second in command. But he suffered for 13 long years because of what his brothers have done to him. But the famine has started getting worse, started to affect Canaan. And Joseph's family started to get hungry, and so Jacob sends Joseph's 11 brothers up to Egypt for food. And after all these years, Joseph is finally going to come face to face with his betrayers. Now, they don't recognize him, and Joseph can't hold it back any longer. And he empties out the room, he weeps, he says, "I'm Joseph." And he calls for them to come near to him. In Genesis 45, verse 5, it says, "Now, do not therefore be grieved or angry with yourselves because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve life. The famine's happened for 2 years, it's going to happen for 5 more years." And verse 7, it says, "God sent me before you to preserve prosperity for you in the earth, to save your lives by great deliverance. So now it was not you who sent me here, but God. He has made me a father to Pharaoh, a lord of his house, a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt." There's a lot of lessons to be taken from that passage, but the one I want to focus on is the fact that Joseph gave up his right for vengeance to forgive them. Think about all that they had done, think about all that he had suffered because of them, and now he has power over them, just like they did as he pleaded from the pit for his life. And so he could do anything he wanted to do to them. So what is he going to do? He forgives them. Joseph was able to do that because he recognized God's hand working in his suffering. Didn't make anything that they did good or right, but God was working. So is that not what God has done for us in forgiving us? And is that not what God has asked of us in forgiving others?